So I recently bought a Sig Sauer Romeo MSR. It is a compact red dot, typically goes on top of a AR platform. Um, Love Sig Sauer, love their pistols. I haven't shot any of their rifles yet, but over the last few years I've been buying more and more of their optics and loved every single one of them except for the MSR. So I wanted to make a quick video on why I don't like them, why I don't think you should buy it, and why I'm not jumping on the MSR bandwagon. So if it's something you're interested in, stick around. So here it is, the Sig Sauer Romeo MSR. I'll go over some quick specs. This thing goes for somewhere between $120 to $140 depending on where you buy it from. It's got 10 daytime illuminations, 2 nighttime illuminations, IPX7 waterproofing. It only comes with the high mount. It's a one-time magnification, elevation, and the windage change. You can go between 100 MOA differences in it, and it has a 20,000 hour battery life on it. One of the things I do really like about it is the signage on it is super dark. It's a 6 hour. On this side is like a matte. This side here where it says Romeo MSR is kind of a grayish tan color, and this side here is like kind of a gloss, but all in all it's pretty dark, and that pretty much ends to where I like this thing. My biggest complaint about this is this illumination turret up top here. It's really hard to push. You can see the whites in my nails starting to come out trying to turn the damn thing. There's no click, there's no nothing. All you feel is a thump in your wrist when it goes to the next level. And on top of that, that thump in your wrist doesn't necessarily mean the light's showing. Sometimes you got to turn it and then just kind of twist it a little bit to get the light to come on, which to me is just, it's horrible. You want to just be able to stop and go. So you got an off here and an off here. You can't go past that one. So when you want to, you twist back and you go there. Now I know why they did that. It's because basically what they want you to do is they'll just reach up there and when it stops, it goes. When you go that way, it stops, you're off, and that's fine. I get why they do that, but I don't like it. The elevation and the windage turrets, they have this kind of a bezel on them, so that if you were to hit it down, it's not actually going to hit it. It's kind of like your cell phone. There's always a little edge there to protect that glass, which is cool. But my problem with exposed turrets like this is that this is not obviously a long range optics. It's not something you need between 100 and 1,000 yards. So leaving it exposed and leaving it open to where you can twist it and move it and change it anytime you want, to me is kind of dumb. It's not like something like, oh, I want to go from 250 yards to 875 yards and I want to reach up there and turn it and be able to do that. I mean, it's, honestly, you're going to go somewhere between 20 and 30 yards to 100 yards. And ballistically, a 5.56, a 300 blackout, something along those lines. They're so close together ballistically between those ranges, you're never going to change it. It's always going to stay the same. It does have this skeletonized tall riser here, which is nice. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I don't really care for it all that much. Another thing I absolutely hate about this thing is these caps. These things are insane to get off of. I mean, you can see what they do to your finger just trying to push it off, and that's not even the hard part. The hard part is getting them back on, because you can't just push them on. I mean, no matter how hard you try, you cannot get the damn things on. You have to like twist it on, and you have to start up here at a corner and you have to like twist the damn thing on, and I mean, I'm doing that holding it with this hand. Can you imagine what that's like trying to do it on a rifle? Oh, it's infuriating. What I see a lot of guys go is, oh, well, I'm just gonna leave those caps on. Well, then why did you buy an optic to where you can see, see, it's on, it's supposed to be off. Why did you buy an optic that's got decent glass if you're just gonna look through plastic that's got your fingerprints all over it? Another thing I don't like about it, it's got this heavy flat tire edge to it there, so it's not the nice round. And another thing I dislike about it a lot is when you get on the higher illuminations, there's a massive amount of haloing inside there, so it's not just that red dot. There's a very bright red beam or circle on the inside here. Probably one of the reasons why I dislike this one so much is because I love this one so much. This is the Romeo 5, which I'm thinking this one maybe is trying to get rid of. This one retails for about $150, so it's about $30 more. Same deal, 2 MOA dot. This one only has 8 daytimes and 2 night times, IPX7. Now this one comes with a low mount and a tall mount, but they're solid. They're not the skeletonized, so you know, this and this I don't care about. The elevation and the windage change is only 80 MOA. But like I said, this is where my issues is. I don't care. Is there's no way you're gonna need 100 MOA change in this. I mean, unless you're trying to shoot 1,000 yards through a 1x red dot, you're insane. The battery life on this is 40,000 hours, and this one's only 20. So, you know, that's not something. But one of the huge differences this one has is the Montac system, which is a motion activated system. So this has push buttons instead of a turret on top to turn it on and off. So you can turn it on, you know, tick, 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 you go up in illumination, tick, 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 you go down in illumination. Set the thing over to the side after, you know, a predetermined amount of time, this thing just shuts itself off. Now when you pick it back up, it starts it back up. So whether you set this off to the side for 10 minutes or you set the thing off for, you know, a year and forgot to turn it off, the battery's still going to be good. Where if you forgot to turn this thing off, guess what? You're probably going to be out. The caps are covered, or the elevations and windage are covered, which I do like more than that because, like I said, I don't plan on ever adjusting these. Once I get it on the system that it's going to be on, it's going to stay on for the distances it's predetermined to be shooting at. But what I do like about this is that it has these little flathead screwdrivers on the top, so when you twist that off, you can use that to change it the way you want it, use the cap, put it back on, instead of setting the cap off to the side like some of your older scopes. You would set it off, take your penny or your dime or whatever, turn it, and then go, oh god, where's my cap at? Oh, there. It like almost makes you do it, which is one of the things I love about this. These just has these little rubber deals instead of these flip-ups. It's kind of stupid because it kind of has this you know, Tetris thing that you have to like get it on there just right, but same thing, pull it off, throw it in my pocket, you know, shoot the system the way I want it, put it back on, goes home. And then my biggest reason I dislike this one, the Sig Sauer MSR so much more than everything else, is because of this here. This is a Tasco red dot. It's a little bit bigger, so it weighs a little bit more. It's a lot of steel instead of aluminum. It doesn't have the dual turn-offs. The covers are a deal, but this I paid about, I think, like $40 for, like 15-20 years ago. I mean, this was probably one of the first close range optics I ever bought for an AR, and I would pick this over this. $40, $120. The caps, easy to come off, throws in my pocket, it's done and done. Now this one doesn't come with a high mount, so you would have to put a higher mount on this, but this one came or goes on a carbine system that I have, so it's on the carry handle, so it's already way up in the air, so it's not a big deal. It still has the little bit of the flat tire on the side there. You know, this one has 11, but you know, and you can leave it on very easily. You got to remember to put it back on that 0. But one of the problem is this is a $40, and on 11 there's no haloing inside there. But on this one, even like down around 8 and 7 and stuff, there's a huge amount of haloing. So that's why I dislike this one so much. I dislike the Romeo MSR so much is because I love Sig Sauer stuff. I love their pistols. Just started buying some of the optics. I've got a Romeo, the Romeo 5. I've got a couple Romeos on some pistols. Really like, at least always feel like I got my money's worth. But this thing feels like a giant piece of crap. And that's why I dislike this one so much, is because I would always tell somebody, hey, what do you think of that MSR? I would say, hey, go buy you the Sig Sauer, Romeo 5. I don't have that extra $30 to spend. And that's why I dislike this one. Because I would literally say, okay, go spend $40 on a Tasco over the $120 over a Romeo, if that's all you got to spend. Because this thing will treat you better than this thing, and you'll get a lot less mad at this one than you will this one. This one is just infuriating with these caps and the turret up top. Absolutely hate it. If I could, and I hadn't already had this on a couple of different mounts, I already had the batteries in it, kind of beat it up just a little bit, I would absolutely take it back, try to get my money back, and probably try to find another 5. But it is what it is. It's probably going something cheap, but that's my 2 cents. And that's why I don't like the Sig Sauer Romeo MSR. I wish I could say it was just a couple of little issues that I can't quite get over, but it's not. To me, there are a lot of big issues that Sig either needs to fix or just completely get rid of the MSR system altogether. The fact that I will recommend a $40 15, 20 year ago red dot from Walmart over the newer Sig system, if I was Sig, that would bother the hell out of me. These are just my opinions, though. It's your money. It's a free country for a little bit longer. You spend them how you want. Thanks for watching.